This evening. Hello, I'm Ashley Bradnam. Welcome along to Head to Head and our noble quest to find Australia's greatest sporting mind. Last week, Daniel Viles from Queensland held aloft the head-to-head championship belt, and this week he's back to defend the title against the new challenger. Now, thanks to ABC Shops, there are prizes fit for sport-loving geniuses. The winner of Series 1 will be off to the AFL Grand Final and earn the right to play off at the end of the year against the Series 2 champion. Now, the victor on that head-to-head Grand Final on that famous first Saturday in December is flying off to the UK to watch the finals of Wimbledon. Let's get on with it, folks. Let's meet our competitors. And here he is. Our champion is Daniel Viles. One of his sporting heroes is Thomas Ravelli. All right, you got me. Who's Thomas Ravelli?
Thomas Ravelli was the goalkeeper for the Swedish soccer football team at the 1994 World Cup, which coincided with the 4 weeks of uni break I had very nicely, so I didn't do a lot of learning then either. Oh,
you've done some learning. You've been a great champion so far. Last week, Daniel won for the third time here on Head to Head. If he wins tonight, it's a brand new record, a world record, we call it here on Head to Head. Good luck, Daniel.
Thank you.
You're a part of the furniture, it seems like, at the moment. Let's bring on your opponent. Challenger is young Sam Harma, a student from North Perth. His greatest sporting moment was just last year when he won the Country Week with Albany Senior High School. Hello, Sam.
How you going, mate?
I'm very well. What's Country Week?
It's a big sporting competition in WA where all the state schools get together and they battle it out against one another and see which school actually is the greatest at sport. And Albany Senior High School has had that award posted to us for the last 3 years.
Well, that's great, mate. Let's hope that there's another big award here for you this evening. That belt is there for the taking. You're up against the great champion. You're only young. How old are you?
I'm 18, mate. 18. Just a baby, but I'm ready to give it 110. And as all the sportsmen say, I'll just take it one question at a time.
Oh, one step at a time. That's all you can do. Good luck. Well done. For our first teenager on the show, let's get started, folks. Let's play the first quarter of Head to Head. I've got a feeling we've got a couple of cocky competitors here tonight. We've got a gentle start for both of them, just 10 questions. Now, they're either multiple choice or they're true or false. 1 point for a correct answer, no penalty for a wrong answer, so you just rip in. Daniel, you know the routine. You're the defending champion. You hit the hot seat.
Sorry, mate, I tripped over a couple of cliches that were lying around there.
There's plenty around.
Aren't there?
What do you make of the kid?
He's got spirit.
I can't do mafia, I really can't.
I feel like taking a point off you for that.
Go.
There's a shocking impression. Good luck. 10 questions, here we go. True or false, women's boxing was an exhibition event at the 1904 Olympics?
True.
The champ is away, correct. Question 2, which one of the following cricketers was not named Australian of the Year? A. Alan Border, B. Greg Chappell, C. Mark Taylor, D. Steve Waugh.
Greg Chappell.
Correct. True or false? The Centenary Melbourne Cup was run in 1965.
False.
Correct. It was 1960. Yes. Perfect record for the defending champion. What are the Perth Orioles? A. A soccer team, B. A netball team, C. A basketball team, D. A baseball team.
A very fine netball team.
B is correct. And you're 4 from 4. Going very well. The defending champion. True or false, an Australian has won an Olympic marathon gold medal?
False.
Correct. In November 2005, Kelly Slater won another surfing world title, bringing his total to how many? A4, B5, C6, D7.
7.
Is correct. Last week you had a perfect record in the opening 10 questions. You're on track for a repeat performance. Keep it going. True or false? An Australian has won the US Masters Golf Tournament.
False.
Correct. Which country won the first Rugby World Cup? A. Australia, B. New Zealand, C. England, you know it, don't you?
I do.
D. South Africa.
New Zealand defeated France 29-9.
Correct. 1987. True or false? Australia has never won a Davis Cup tie 5-0.
False.
Correct. 9 from 9 for a second perfect start in a row. In 2004, what was the most common injury amongst AFL players? A, groin strain, B, knee injury, C, hamstring strain, D, concussion.
I'll go the hammy.
22%, in fact, that's correct. Well done. Perfect record for the champ. Give him a round of applause. Had to be the hammy, didn't it?
Maybe. I mean, there's not a lot in AFL players' heads, so concussion's right up there.
It's you that's got to walk the street next week, Daniel, not me. Some of those AFL players are big boys. I'm on record as saying I like every one of you. Back to the champion's corner for you. I told you he was cocky. Sam, the teenager, hit the hot seat. Welcome along, Sam.
Great to be here.
What's the feeling like sitting in the hot seat for the first time?
Oh, mate, I feel like I'm going to regurgitate my dinner. But I'll try to hold it down, and I'll try to give it, you know, the best I can.
All right, give it 110%.
110, you got it.
All right, mate. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Big challenge ahead of you tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how you fare. 10 questions, true or false, multiple choice. Just go for it, mate. First question, true or false? Kingston Town won the Melbourne Cup.
True.
Incorrect, false. Andre Agassi's father was an Olympian with which country? A, Iran, B, USA, C, Italy, D, Greece.
A, Iran.
Is correct, and the challenger is on the board. Yeah! And he breathes a sigh of relief. Well done, Sam. Good to get that one out of the way nice and early. Here we go. True or false? Australia did not score a single goal in the 1974 Football World Cup finals.
False.
Incorrect, it was true.
Ooh.
You were this close. Question 4 of 10. Which opponent's children did Mike Tyson declare he wanted to eat? A, Evander Holyfield, B, Lennox Lewis, C, Buster Douglas, D, Frank Bruno.
A, Evander Holyfield.
Incorrect. Mike wanted to eat Lennox's children. True or false? Leanne Tooth won 2 Olympic gold medals for Australia.
False.
It's true. Hockey player, 1988 and 1996. Question 6. After watching who score 232 in the Trent Bridge Test of 1938, did Bradman say, I wish I could bat like that? A, Bill Ponsford, B, Sid Barnes, C, Stan McCabe, or D, Bill Brown?
B.
Incorrect. C, Stan McCabe. True or false? The first Sydney Rugby League Grand Final replay was in 1977.
True.
Correct. Round of applause. The kid's coming back. Question 8, 3 to go. Melbourne footballer Ron Barassi Sr. was killed in which famous World War II battle? A, Tobruk, B, Dunkirk, C, the fall of Singapore, D, Kokoda.
D, Kokoda.
Incorrect. A, Tobruk. True or false? Question 9. Chicago has hosted the Summer Olympics. True or false?
False.
Correct. Going well. Hang in there. Final question, first quarter action. Winner of the 1967 US PGA Championship was golfer Don who? A, January, B, February, C, October, or D, December?
A, January.
Is correct, and a good way to finish off the first round too. For the challenger, the teenager, Sam. Put your hands together, please, for Sam. Sam, you got 4 correct. You're in this. There's plenty of opportunities to fight back in the coming quarters. Return to the challenger's corner for you. Very much. OK, quarter time in the battle for the belt, and the score is Daniel, a perfect record on 10, leads the challenger Sam on 4.
Ever wondered how to link Don Bradman with comedian Billy Crystal? Let's play Degrees from the Don and find out. Don Bradman was known as the Babe Ruth of Australia. When the Don toured the USA in 1932, he met the Babe Ruth of America, Babe Ruth, who played his best baseball for the New York Yankees, whose #1 fan is Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal, Degrees from the Don, 2.
And it's time for the second quarter of Head to Head. things up a bit here. You have 2 minutes to answer up to 20 questions on your special subject. Again, 1 point for a correct answer, no penalty for a wrong answer. You can pass if you'd like as well, and we'll return to that question if time permits. Daniel, you've made a move each and every week in this particular round. Hit the hot seat. Let's see if you can do it again. What are we dealing with tonight? Sporting stadia of the world.
This could be fun.
Not your strongest forte, is that what you're saying?
I just think there's a very broad range of questions that could be asked, so it's hard to really get a handle on the whole topic.
Let's see how you go. You've got 10 from 10 at the moment. 2 minutes on the clock. Don't forget, we can pass. I'll come back to it if we have enough time. Your time starts now. Which cricket ground has hosted the most test matches?
Lords.
Correct. Name Ireland's major test rugby ground.
Lansdowne Road.
Correct. Which stadium in Buenos Aires takes its name from the river on which the city...
The River Place.
Correct. With a capacity of 250,000 people, which US motor racing venue is the world's largest?
Indianapolis.
Correct. Which leg of US horse racing's Triple Crown is held at Churchill Downs?
The Kentucky Derby.
Correct. Which cycling event takes its name from a New York sporting venue?
The Madison.
Correct. In which Indian city would you find Eden Gardens cricket ground?
Kolkata.
Correct. Which Dublin venue has hosted regular international rules matches between Australia
Park.
and... Correct. The main arena at Flushing Meadows, home of the US Tennis Open, is named after which...
Arthur Ashe.
Correct. Which San Francisco stadium was the venue for the last official live Beatles concert in 1966?
Shea Stadium.
Incorrect. Candlestick Park. Bukit Jalil Stadium was the principal stadium for which Commonwealth Games?
Sorry, repeat.
Bukit Jalil...
Kuala Lumpur 1998.
Correct. At which ground did Trevor Chappell bowl an underarm...
Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Correct. Which track and field event at the 2004 Olympic Games was held...
Shot put.
Correct. The first indoor rugby union international was played at which Melbourne venue?
Colonial Stadium.
Correct. Former Teamsters boss Jimmy Hoffa is rumoured to be buried under the end zone of which stadium in New Jersey, USA?
Giant Stadium.
Correct. Which British motorsport venue was held...
Silverstone.
Correct. Santiago Bernabeu Stadium is
Madrid.
in...
Real Madrid.
Correct. What is the only sporting stadium to be the principal venue of 2 Summer Olympic Games?
The Los Angeles Coliseum.
Correct. With which sport would you associate Cypress Gardens in Florida, USA?
Pass.
At which stadium did the Socceroos play the away leg of their 2006 World Cup qualifier against Uruguay?
The Centenario.
Correct. Siren has sounded there. You only passed on one question. I'll just clear that up before we get to the scoreboard. I'm almost afraid to have a look. The sport that you associate Cypress Gardens in Florida, USA, is actually water skiing. You've just broken another world record here on Head to Head. An amazing 18 questions. Hands together, please, for the defending champion. I'll tell you what, Dan, I'm just glad that I'm not getting paid by the word. I don't know how you can do that. You must just get a sense of the questions. I asked 3 words and you're answering the question.
I do anticipate.
You feel that works in your favour? Well, quite obviously it does.
It's worked so far. Watch it come crashing down in future weeks.
Ah, see, he's not so cocky. 2 weeks ago he was sledging. Back to the champion's corner for you, Daniel. 18 points is a remarkable effort. Sam, hit the hot seat, mate. You've won the crowd over.
Oh, that's probably the only thing I'll win, but we'll wait and see.
There's plenty of opportunities for you, mate. There's still
Alrighty.
3/4 of action here. We've got your specialty subject, West Coast Eagles.
Hopefully I get more than 4.
Well, you've got 2 minutes on the clock and a big, big task in front of you. So good luck.
Thanks, mate.
We'll put the time up on the clock and we'll start it now. By how many points did the Eagles lose the 2005 Grand Final?
4.
Correct. In 2001, who was nominated as co-captain along with Dean Kemp?
Ben Cousins.
Correct. Where on the ladder did the Eagles finish their first season?
8th.
Correct. Which player announced his retirement in April 2000 after 215 games?
Dean Kemp.
Incorrect. Chris Lewis. For how many weeks did the Eagles hold top position in 2005?
8.
Incorrect. 18. Which 3 players formed the back line for the Eagles' inaugural match in 1987?
Pass.
Who tied with Glenn Jakovic as 1993?
Don Pike.
Correct. In 2005, what did the Eagles achieve for the first time in 79 years?
Pass.
Who was voted best first-year player in 1992?
Glenn Jakovich.
Incorrect. Matt Clape. To the end of the 2005 season, who holds the Eagles' record for most marks taken?
Drew Banfield.
Incorrect. Glenn Jakovich. In what year did the Eagles host the first final played interstate?
1991.
Correct. How many goals did West Coast kick in its first premiership match?
11.
Incorrect. 20. In 1992, Dean Kemp was voted club champion by 8 points more than which player?
Glenn Jakovich.
Incorrect. Chris Manwaring. How many matches in succession had the Eagles won at Subiaco before their loss to Adelaide in August 2005?
21.
Incorrect. 20. Current coach John Worsfold won the club champion award in what year?
1988.
Correct. Who was the leading goal kicker in 1995?
Fraser Gehrig.
Incorrect. Jason Ball. Who was the Eagles' first ever goal kicker?
Pass.
Who was the first Eagle to reach the milestone of 50, 100 and 150?
Dwayne Lamb.
Correct. With which team did the Eagles draw on June 8th, 2003?
Western Bulldogs.
Correct. How many games did Dean Kemp play for the Eagles?
243.
Incorrect. It was 267. Pretty good effort, though, from the kid. Please put your hands together for Sam, who's fought back in the second quarter. You picked up 8 points there, mate.
Thanks, mate.
And you needed a good round. You passed on a couple. I'll just sort them out now. The three players who formed the back line for the first match way back in 87, Lamb, Brennan and Pios. And in 2005, the Eagles achieved for the first time top two in the Brownlow vote from one club. The Eagles' first ever goal kicker was Laurie Keane. If you're playing at home, they're the answers to the questions that Sam passed on. Sam, back to the challenger's corner for you at the halfway mark. And here we go, half-time in the battle for the belt, and the score is the defending champion way out in front on 28 points. Sam with some work to do on 12.
During the modern pentathlon at the 1976 Olympics, competitors noticed something strange about the fencing ability of Soviet athlete Boris Onashenko. The defending silver medalist was registering hits without appearing to touch his opponent. After a number of complaints, the sword was taken away for examination. It was found that Onashenko had wired up his sword with a hidden push-button circuit breaker, allowing him to trigger the electronic scoring system with his hand and register a hit at will. He was disqualified from the competition and labelled Dis-Onashenko by the press.
Let's get into it. Time now for the third quarter of head-to-head. We call this the money round, the premiership quarter. Our competitors go head-to-head. 2 minutes of questions, still 1 point for a correct answer, but now we introduce a 1 point penalty if you get it wrong. Let's put the 2 minutes up on the clock. Daniel shooting for a slice of history, a world record. In fact, 4 in a row. Good luck. And Sam, work to do.
Thanks, mate.
Good luck. 2 minutes on the clock. We'll start it now. In November 2005, who broke the record for most Test cricket runs? Sam.
Brian Lara.
Correct. The uniform of what sport does Sharon Strzelecki from Cap and Kint? Sam?
Australian cricket team.
Incorrect. Netball. Breaking the world pole vault record in 1995 was Australian Emma who? Daniel?
George.
Correct. At which ground was the 1991 Rugby Union World Cup final held? Daniel?
Twickenham.
It's correct. Name the only AFL club yet to win a premiership. Sam?
Fremantle.
Correct. Which horse raced as fine cotton in a novice event at Eagle Farm in August 1984? Bold personality. Which Australian coaches worked with Ivan Lendl, Pat Rafter and Roger Federer? Daniel?
Tony Roche.
Is correct. For which Formula One team did Mark Webber drive in 2000? Sam?
McLaren.
Williams? Incorrect. In what sport is Jimmy the Whirlwind White a famous name? Daniel?
Snooker.
Correct. Which was the first overseas club to sign Australian Craig Johnston? Daniel?
Middlesbrough.
Correct. What two coloured rings are on the lower line of the Olympic flag? Daniel?
Yellow and green.
Correct. Where were the 2003 World Table Tennis Championships held? London, Shanghai or Paris? Sam?
Paris.
Good get. Correct. Who was Ian Thorpe's coach before Tracy Menzies? Daniel?
Doug Frost.
Correct. Who defeated Pat Rafter in the 2001 Wimbledon final? Daniel?
Goran Ivanisevic.
Correct. In what year did Sir Donald Bradman die? Sam?
2001.
Correct. Which Australian golfer did Kerry Packer partner to win the 1992 PGA Tour Pro? Sam?
Greg Norman.
Correct. Against which team did Steve Waugh play his last test? Daniel?
India.
Correct. With which partner did Todd Woodbridge win the 2003 Wimbledon? Sam?
Jonas Bjorkman.
Correct. Named 2005 Australian Cyclist of the Year was Robbie? Sam?
McEwen.
Correct. In which Middle Eastern city are the Dolphin stables based? Dubai. At which ground, as the siren sounds there, another good one for the champion. Please put your hands together for our two competitors. And it's all in front of Sam as we approach the final quarter. We're at three-quarter time in the battle for the belt, and the score is Daniel way out in front on 37, leading Sam back on 17. Time for the fourth and final quarter on head-to-head. Oh, it's going to take some kind of miracle for Sam to fight his way back from here. He's 20 points adrift, but we do raise the stakes just a little bit as we sort out who's going to win this contest once and for all. Everything is at stake in the final quarter. There's now 2 points for a correct answer and a 2-point penalty for a mistake. Daniel, I don't need to remind you, you're shooting to become the first person to win the belt 4 times. You stated boldly on the show last week that you think you could be Australia's greatest sporting mind.
I still believe that.
Got the confidence.
Unbelievers!
Good luck.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there.
No, you're all right. You're all right. Do you sleep in the belt?
It's actually fur-lined. It's very comfortable.
All right. You stay focused on the job at hand.
Sorry, Dad.
Sam, good luck, mate.
Thank you.
2 minutes on the clock. Final quarter action on head-to-head, and the time starts now. In what year did Australia's National Rugby League play its first season? Daniel?
1998.
Correct. In the 2005 AFL Grand Final, who took the last match? Daniel?
Leo Barry.
Correct. Which war twin was born first? Sam?
Steve.
Correct. Which tennis champ was nicknamed Fiery? Daniel?
Fred Stolley.
Correct. In what year did Kathy Freeman announce her retirement? Sam?
2003.
Correct. Which rugby league coach once said, waiting for Cronulla to win a grand final?
Jack Gibson.
Daniel, that is correct, is like leaving the porch light on for Harold Holt. In the Rocky movies, what is Rocky's surname? Sam?
Oh, pass.
Incorrect, it's Balboa. Which horse won a third consecutive Cox? Daniel?
I was going to say Maccabi Diva, it's wrong.
Should have said Kingston Town.
Yeah.
Would have been correct. That's incorrect. Dying in 1996 was famed cricket commentator Alan who? Daniel?
McGilvray.
Correct. The 1970 Commonwealth Games were held in what city? Daniel?
Edinburgh.
Correct. The coach of England's soccer team is Sven-Goran who? Daniel?
Ericsson.
Correct. Name the Scottish golfer who won the 2001... Sam?
Colin Montgomery.
Correct. 2001 Australian Masters. The first Australian bowler to take a hat-trick on his test. Sam?
Anthony Stewart.
Incorrect. Damien Fleming on debut. Which yacht holds the record time for the Sydney to Hobart race? Sam?
Wild Oats.
Correct. Which snooker ball is worth 5 points? Daniel?
Brown.
Incorrect. Blue, lift your game. Which team broke an 88-year drought to capture the 2005 Baseball World Series? Sam?
Chicago Cubs.
Incorrect. Chicago White Sox. Which city was awarded the 2012 Olympic Games? Sam?
London.
Correct. What golfing trophy is contested by teams from the USA and... Daniel?
Ryder Cup.
Correct. Who won the men's singles Olympic tennis gold medal in Athens? Sam?
Nicholas Massou.
Correct. With which sport was Australian Vic Patrick associated? Boxing. There's the siren. The champs held on to the belt for another week. It was a good contest. And Sam, you fought back really well in that final quarter there. Pretty good contest tonight. We do have a winner though. Let's check the leaderboard for confirmation. Daniel, a new world record again on the show. He's our own Grant Hackett / Ian Thorpe. Kieran Perkins all rolled into one. 49 points is a phenomenal effort. Well done, Daniel. Sam, you finished on 23, and that's been competitive plenty of times on head-to-head. Well done. Thanks for being a great competitor. I have to ask you though, mate, head back to the shed. Thanks very much, mate. Well done. Real good effort. OK, Sam leaves us without the belt, but he does pick up a gift voucher. He can use that at any ABC shop. Daniel, keeping the dream alive. Congratulations, you've earned the right to hold up the head-to-head championship belt for another week. I won't hold you back, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Show it off to your adoring fans. There he is, folks. Daniel is shooting to be Australia's greatest sporting trivia mind. He'll be back next week to defend his title. We'll see you then. Good night.